it's important that we have people representing to promote to get more women in the trades. There's a trade shortage in general, and I think women represent maybe 2% of the overall people in trades right now working. We represent 2% of that. And for me, when I see other women in like carpentry, HVAC, and everything online and through social media, I feel like there's a lot of them. But when you actually put it into the numbers and it's only 2%, like we still have so much work to do. Women represent 50% of the population. So when you put those numbers together, it's like, why aren't more women getting into the industry? What are those blocks or boundaries? Like, we get pushed a lot when you get out of college or get out of high school to go to college, go to university, do home economics teaching. Like, that's what I was going to go into my career, because that's what's pushed at you in school. Meanwhile, I grew up with my dad in construction. Like, I grew up going to job sites with him and working with my mom and dad in their deck and railing company, being very hands-on. If you had proper direction in school of people asking you questions of like, what do you like to do? And what's your parents' background? And what do they do? Maybe they would have directed me down this path sooner versus me having to search it out. Women will try different programs and stuff, but it's like they're so intimidated. They're intimidated to come here and walk around. I've seen a couple of girls walking around and they would walk around like how I used to walk around. They got their head down, they're not making eye contact and doubting themselves, or because they're so unsure. And it's like there's a lot of guys, and like once they talk to someone that they could eventually end up being, it's oh, okay, I could do this. Like, I could try plumbing or HVAC or RB technician or carpentry. I've been very fortunate. Growing up with my dad in construction, he never really wanted us to go into construction because it's hard. It's hard work. It's taxing. And it does a toll on your body. You're away from your family a lot. If you own your own business, even if you work for a company, you can be on shift work and whatnot. Teaching is. But the guys that I started out working with, it was a very small company. We did big jobs. So I got to get a lot of experience quickly because there was like 3 guys and my boss and me. And I got to work under each of them doing different things in a big, large scale. So when I first went to my first year in like apprenticeship school, there are guys in that same class that all they've ever been doing is pulling water lines or threading pipe. Whereas I got to do a little bit of everything because we were doing condos. So it was a very fast-paced work environment. And I had good support because they were a good group of guys. There was some bad apples on the site. Had to deal with that. But you're going to deal with that in any industry. There's always going to be harassment. There's always going to be inappropriate behaviors and whatever. But that's not just in the trades. It's in everything. So it's like if you put that aside, like really I had a very positive start in the trade. I wish the guy that I worked for brought me to things like this when I was starting out, or was made aware of. He was very like an expo because it takes a day away from work or this and that. But it's like, it just opened your eyes to a whole bunch more of what's out there. And meeting people and the support you get, like from Takeo, like meeting you guys online, and then finding out you do like learning webinars. And I'm living in rural Canada, and you guys are down in Rhode Island hosting these things, and it's on virtual online, and I can do a course every week for 2 months and come out like with certification, and it's all free. You just have to sign up and show up. It's like the learning that you get, like just that, like meeting you guys at a first HR event and then taking courses online and then having the support when I need a product because I'm installing a boiler and I'm not quite sure which thermostat, relay switchboard I need. And I just send out a message and then it's like, oh, what are you doing? How many zones? What kind of system are you installing? And then boom, this is what you need. And then I just take that number, go to my wholesaler, purchase that item, and then the ability to install the parts myself. Like I can do all the piping and everything. Now I'm starting to get into the wiring side of it, which I typically would contract to the electricians to do. But my brother-in-law, he's an electrical engineer. So he helped me wire up my dad's boiler. And now I know I can do it. So now I'm taking on more of the job instead of like paying someone else to do it. I know I can do it myself. Plus I know it'll be done right. But a large portion of why I'm doing that is because I know I have that support behind it where I can reach out. So I feel confident in taking on that extra bit of work because I know I can just get online and message one of your tech support guys and they're on it like right away. It's like real time on the job site and I'm like, oh, what do I do here? And then it's like, oh, this is what you need to do. I think more companies need to do kind of what you guys are doing with your social media, like Monday Night After Dark, the Taco Tuesdays, introduces you to like little bits and parts of what you guys sell and the knowledge. And then there's a like online course that you could take. Like, so you don't actually have to go physically into a facility. It expands it more because you're online. You can do it like leisurely at your own time. It's easy to fit in around work schedules and that way. Babe CDGT, it's the goddamn golf tournament for the babes. And we support women in trades programs. So it's about empowering women, empower women. And it's getting exposure to women in trades programs and also for women to go out golfing where they would feel intimidated to enter into a tournament. And because of they think their lack of skill for golf, I have it divided up into 6 blades. So it doesn't matter what your skill level is. I just want people to go out and have a good time with their girlfriends and have a kick-ass day, just like the guys have their tournaments. And it also, like, I utilize golf as a business opportunity when I go golfing. A lot of men do that as well. And it's not as common for women, right? As women get better at golf and they get out, they know that they have support behind them. They might be able to go out and randomly network and push their business in a way that the men do all the time, right? And then it's helping women get into trades programs, and it kind of just goes hand in hand. Women are intimidated to go into trades because they think they're not strong enough or they can't do it. It's a guy thing, and it's not like that. It's like, it's all just people, relationships, and like coming together to support everyone. So everyone has opportunities to promote their brand or their small business. And then that's another great thing with the tournament is companies that are in North America, but also locally that are small businesses. A lot of them are women owned and it's highlighting them. So this year I'm going to have a couple girls do fresh juices and they're just starting out their new brand. And they approached me to have juice and we're trying to figure out how we can do a juice to give away to everyone. And I think what I told her is the best way to feature you is to have you on a floor and you give out juice samples and women can try your juice. They see you, they meet you. You can tell them about your background, why you got into making fresh juices and where you're based out of and where you want to take your brand. And then all the women at the golf course, they're going to start following you and they're going to take your brand and they're going to spread it. and it just grows. Just like we see here with this community over competition with all the tradespeople, where it doesn't have to be me against you. There's enough work to go around. We can all work together to create better processes within your company and how to install things better and support each other. It needs to translate that in every sector, like no matter what industry you're in. It needs to translate, and instead of being like me against you or like clicky in this, it needs to be us with everyone together growing. Like that's how you go places. The next event's June 8th. If I hosted a Talking About Golf Course in BC. It's on Little Shoe Shop Lake in Chase. You can visit my website at www.babesgdgt.ca or on Instagram at babesgdgt. Currently, this year, we doubled it to 128 women instead of 72, and I have it sold out at the moment. So we have a waiting list, so you can go online and click the waiting list link and add yourself to that. And currently still accepting more sponsors because I want to represent brands that stand behind the vision of getting more women comfortable to go out, play golf, and doing something good, helping women get into the trades programs and support each other and just like grow together and just be awesome. Yeah.